Yeah. Let me pull out that schedule for next week.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
We're live.
It is week number 8, the championship night, another championship night here on FWM. We come to you from the last Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway here. As the sun begins to set, the sun will set on our championship fight. It pretty much has already set with Hunter Carlson making the start here this evening. He pretty much locks up the championship in his own right. Landon Brown was his next closest contender, but he will not make the race this evening, which will inherently give it to Hunter Carlson. But we won't officially call that yet. Let's get into, well, first of all, my name is Scott Shive. I'm joined alongside by Emmett Crow, and of course we've got Tracy Brown up in production. Emmett, let's go ahead and quickly hop into the grid. It's Drew Holleran on the pole here. Austin Cansell to the outside. Hunter Carlson, championship leader there in third. Ricky Barbary, your winner from IRP right there in fourth. Fifth, Chris Golden is back. Yogi Schlier, a great qualifying effort up in sixth. Wayne Cannon puts it in row number 4 alongside Gerald Berlin. Final row of number 5, Bradley Young and Joshua Tressler.
Yeah, and let me just say this. There's so now since Landon Brown. Sorry, I was listening to the team audio with Chris Golden. Talking about, and let's take a look at that. What he's talking about. Look at Yogi Schlier's paint scheme, dude. I mean, this thing,
I love it.
It's awesome.
We got a ton of stuff. I mean, we got the SKs back again. That was the first iRacing series. That was Hunter Carlson's first championship. He looks to lock up another one here this evening. Well, we will start that right off next Monday. Back in the SKs. It was so fun to watch, and we'll have that right back next week. And we'll get you the schedule soon, but let's go ahead, get ready for the green flag. Pace car pulls into pit road. Green flag here on championship night. Let's get it on for the last Coliseum as they go to battle. Car's already in the wall. Cansdale brushes the wall out of turn number 2. Drew Holleran in that Dale number 3. I like the purple. I wish we would have gotten to see the man run the purple because I quite like it, but they're going to stay side by side. Both lanes are viable here. 24 degrees of banking on the bottom, all the way up to 28 degrees on the top. It's a beautiful throwback Harvick scheme for Austin Cansdale, and he's going to try to take away the lead, but he's still not clear yet, Emmett.
Yeah, still not clear, but look at him on that high side. I mean, he's able to clear him now as Austin Cansell is going to set the fastest lap to start off this thing. But, yeah. But Scott,
did you see that? Big, tight moment there for Barbary and Carlson. That was close for the championship leader.
Yeah, definitely close. And, it's only 28 points. 28 points, ladies and gentlemen, separates Cansell and Carlson since Landon Brown is not able to compete.
Spinner from the lead.
Oh, man.
Cansdale around.
Yeah,
is going to come out, but right as you were just talking about that championship fight, you were talking about that 33 of Cansdale, who is that car that is in the fight this evening. Look at this contact from Holleran, who it looks like Cansdale might have tried to close a door. Holleran might have been a little impatient. The contact there for Gerald Berlin, and the bumper's just going to pop right on off. But you got to wonder. I want to take another look back at that restart if we can, or restart of that incident, Tracy, because I really want to see if Cansdale was coming down and kind of closing the hole, and if Holleran was there, or if Holleran was kind of pushing the issue. I mean, let's look along here.
Yeah, looking along here. I got it.
I don't know. It looks like Holleran was going for a hole that wasn't there.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, like I told you, Scott, in pre-race, watch out for Holleran. I mean, this dude, he's very aggressive, to put it.
Sounds like he ain't gonna give you a break, and he didn't there for Cansdale.
Yeah, definitely.
So a few other cars caught up in that. I believe the 70 of Gerald Berlin got some damage. Chris Golden, he just came into the pit lane, as well as Yogi Schleer. So they all got some damage from that. Let's take a look at Yogi Schleer's car. Look, we got Austin Cansdale there. I do love that throwback, but look at this. Look at that all chrome from Schleer. I mean, that is awesome. I mean, if there was a July 4th scheme to be, it's that one.
Yeah, definitely. Great looking scheme from Yogi Schleer. When I saw it, when I popped off into the sim, I was like, "Oh my gosh, Yogi! Okay, we see you." Of course, the 4th of July is always an important day to me because I actually turned 29 this year before the 4th, so it's always yeah. You can't give.
Hey.
I always.
You said 29 before the 4th. Well, guess who is the number 29 and running in 4th position? That is Wayne Cannon, and he's in another throwback Harvick scheme back there. So speaking of connecting numbers.
Yeah. But yeah, I always said that you can't get more American than me because my birthday's the 3rd. But anyways, yeah, great looking scheme from Wayne Cannon and Yogi Schleer, and it's going to be an exciting race tonight, Scott.
Yeah, well, the closest battle within the championship, I guess it's for 4th between Berlin and Wayne Cannon. They're back in 4th and 5th. They are only 4 points apart within the championship fight. Austin Cansdale's 9 points back from Landon Brown, who, again, did not make the start here this evening. And so Austin Cansdale will most likely move up into 2nd. But Carlson, I think it's almost mathematically impossible that he does not win the championship here this evening. Green flag back out. First restart of the night. Holleran going to get away cleanly. And all the while, Austin Cansdale, who took the lead early, he is back in 10th.
Yeah, took the lead. Oh, man.
Did you see that? The huge run from Hunter Carlson gets up into the 54, doesn't let him go. The 54 was slow off of turn number 2, didn't quite have that momentum. You won't have that running the bottom line. You can see the 54 there pulling aside, leaving that lane open for Hunter Carlson. The championship leader is trying to get quickly up to the lead of this race.
Yeah, trying to get up to the lead quickly. And we look further back, we see Wayne Cannon battling with Daniel Jones as we flash back, as we see Hunter Carlson finally get around Ricky Barbary. But all meanwhile, Holleran continues to lead.
He does. Big fight right here. It's back for the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th position. You just saw the 33 move on through. We're going to stay right here with the 89 of Chris Golden. He's trying to work through on the 54 of Rick Barbary. He's trying to move up into 3rd place. Excuse me, that was Bradley Young, not Chris Golden. 89, 86, confused me. That is Bradley Young up on the bottom side. But look at that. It's a 17 of Daniel Mindfood Jones moving up into 4th. He never, ever qualifies, and yet he is somehow always so quickly in the top half of the field.
Yeah, definitely. And Daniel Jones loves this track. Bristol's one of his favorite tracks. But I'll tell you who else loves this track, and that's old Mr. Chris Golden. I talked to Chris at the beginning of the season when I was trying to recruit him to come run with these guys. And when he looked at the schedule, his eyes lit up like a kid on Christmas morning. And he was like, y'all go to Bristol? I was like, yeah. He said, oh, yeah. He said, Bristol's always been circled. And I talked to him last week, and he said that he really likes his chances here at Bristol for sure.
Well, his unofficial teammate, Bradley Young, running here in 5th, but he's under attack from Wayne Cannon. Cannon needs all the points he can get if he wants to move up into 4th in this championship fight to solidify himself in fourth over the 70 of Gerald Berlin. Berlin runs in last right now, 2.4 seconds back from Yogi Schleer. That's back in 12th. What a this is a beautiful shot here. I love this shot, Tracy, up on the wall, a little bit a corner speed shot. You see Gerald Berlin right there coming through the backfield. You'll see Wayne Cannon here really attacking the 89 early.
Yeah, he's really attacking it, and Wayne Cannon's got a great car. You know, it's like we talked last week, Scott. I was telling everybody, I was like, he got a new sim seat, he got the new computer, and it's really improved his driving style, it seems like. But yeah, great run from Wayne Cannon for sure.
Wayne Cannon has had the best run in the FWM Arca the iRacing series they've done ever since earlier this year. This has been his best run by far, and it's been so cool to see that progression of these drivers. So as you see, they're all tight and packed right here. That Sunny D17 of Daniel Mindfu Jones going to move back a spot. Wayne Cannon going to move on through up into fourth. Bradley Young trying to slide on by on the inside as well, but it's going to be tough to do with that momentum. You see a brush of the wall. This is a precarious situation.
Yeah, Bradley Young coming off a great run last week. Oh, Daniel Jones into the wall, but yeah, Bradley Young coming off that momentum of a great run last week. But now we see Chris Golden being able to pass. Look at this, Benjamin Hollenbaugh running good too as well, Chris. Scott, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Benjamin, he is having a good run up just in the top 10. You'll see this side-by-side fight, side-by-side right there. The 8 up on the high side, the 86 of Chris Golden down on the low side. You can see Hollenbaugh carry that momentum all the way through. But look at these 5 cars under a blanket. This is the fight from 5th all the way through 9th. That starts from Wayne Cannon all the way through to Chris Golden. It's side-by-side for Cansdale and Mindfu Jones as Cansdale trying to work back from the back after getting spun from the lead.
Yeah, and we see Holleran. He's pulled out to a 1.2 second lead over Hunter Carlson. Hunter Carlson, I think he's just, on cruise control. I mean, if he gets to the front, if he battles for this lead, he'll be happy. But if he doesn't, he's just trying to stay out of trouble, Scott.
Well, an interesting thing, Emmett, that lead has stabilized. It was about 1.4. It's come down just a little. It's just almost under 1 second now as we got some contact. 33 going around for the second time as Wayne Cannon gets big damage, brings out our second caution of the evening. I was looking at my timing screen and I looked back just at the perfect moment. Emmett, I think that was one of those synchronized announcer ahs. Because we both saw that happen, and that's the second time that Cansdale's gotten spun. And right as we were talking about that lead coming down, we get put up under caution.
Yeah, I was watching the sim, and then all of a sudden it popped over. I put it on most exciting, and all of a sudden I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" But
hey, that
Scott,
was pretty darn exciting.
We do have that schedule for the SK Modifieds now.
Let's hit it.
So we're going to start off going to New Smyrna. And then we're going to take a trip to Thompson. And then we're going to go to North Wilkesboro. And then Richmond. And then Oswego.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then the Magic Mile up in Loudon, New Hampshire at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Wow. IRP. And Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway.
Wow.
So great diverse set of tracks right there for sure.
Oh yeah, we got pit stops going on right now. Everyone's coming in, looks to be taking tires for the first time here this evening. But when you get a moment, producer Tracy, I think this all started with the 29 of Wayne Cannon. At least he got the most of it. He got the best view from all this. It started with the 54 of Ricky Barbary and the 70 of Gerald Berlin, but he had the best view. We'll get to that in a minute. But you can see pit stops happening up on the front stretch. Looks like most of everybody taking 4 tires here. Let's see, Emmett, if anybody takes the gamble, tries to take 2. But right now, everyone taking 4. Ricky Barbary, it looks like he might take 2. Bradley Young going to take 2. So a few drivers coming in to take 2 and some to fix some damage.
Yeah, definitely. As we see a lot of guys coming in now. And yeah, looking at this, Scott, trying to get a shot of it. Trying to look at it real quick. Might be up. There it is right there.
Yeah, we'll take it back. I mean, we can look at long for Wayne Cannon.
Oh
here
man.
yeah, like take it back even from here because it starts way earlier than we ever really thought. You can see Wayne Cannon here into the wall, but he's going to take a jump there, but it's all going to start. The 54 is going to get into the 70 of Berlin here. And Berlin, remember,
Golly.
off the pace, and we can start from here. Berlin off the pace. He's slow, doesn't have that bumper. He's going to close down. Barbary not going to be able to get clear. They're going to make contact. Then the 70 comes back down. Cannon jumps heavy into the wall. He's got a broken right front. Not able to get down off the track, gets into the 33 of Cansdale. But honestly, I'd love to ride along from the driver's seat of the 29 from that because that had to be crazy. All the while that's going on, we'll keep watching this replay. Green flag is back out. But I want to watch this ride along. Nothing crazy going on track at the moment. Still same as it was. But watch this ride along. I mean, this is wild. It's going to be a big hit for these guys.
Man. Yeah, big hit.
You can see him trying to keep it out of the wall, all of everything. But we're green flag back and away. 35 laps complete in this race. It's the same pretty much as we left, but that two-tire strategy we talked about, well, Chris Golden, he didn't take 2. He took 4, but he's up to 2nd now, and he was running in 7th earlier before the caution.
Yeah, look at the pride of Elk City, Oklahoma up here showing out and showing out, you know, just like we were talking about. He loves it. Oh, man, Bradley Young poured into the wall.
Bradley Young coming over the radio, apologizing. All good, keeping it clean, and, man, Austin Cansdale, he has had quite a wild night. And luckily, I mean, he would love to be in that position of being the championship leader, but luckily he's not really defending from too many positions. He's trying to just get to the end because, again, I think it's almost mathematically impossible for him to be able to pass Carlson to win this championship. Speaking of Carlson, as we watch along with this battle, this is a great shot here from Benjamin Hallball, right? Looking at that number 12, that's Yogi Schlier. This is a battle for a position in the top 10 as you see that smoke coming off the wall. But Hunter Carlson has been able to get around Chris Golden for 2nd, and the battle for the lead is closing down.
Yeah, it's definitely closing down as Carlson has cut it down. Oh,
here
man.
He comes.
Here he comes right there.
Going to give him a tap. Going to give him a tap, cross up under him, and wow, you saw the diamonding of the corner there, and there we go. Hunter Carlson to the lead for the first time here today at Bristol, the last Coliseum. He's a championship leader, and he's trying to win it out. He's trying to finish it out with a 5th win of an 8-week series.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, Scott, watch out for Holleran because he does not play nicely when you take the lead away from him.
Well, and
as
hey,
we
I
saw,
mean, he took it away by a bump there too.
Yeah, I can't remember where it was when he ran. This one guy actually, he started the race and then he just left because he was fired up. But yeah, so it'd be interesting to see. Watch out, purple number 3 as he gets back up to the 32 for sure.
It's a great fight here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's Chris Golden, Wayne Cannon, Austin Cansdale, all right here. Cansdale has been spun 2 times in this race, and yet he's already made himself back up. He's gotten himself back up into the top 5. Another interesting point talking about the 3, he has not pitted. He's the only driver not to come into the pit lane as Daniel Jones comes into the pit lane this time to get some damage fixed. But this battle right here, what a beautiful battle it is. The 86 using that momentum on the top line to be able to pull even with the 29 of Wayne Cannon. As we see, the 3 is going to come down this time, running out of fuel. And you didn't want to pit under green, but he put himself in that position.
Yeah, definitely put himself in a trying to find a rock at a hard place. But I'll tell you, yeah, this is a big, beautiful battle right here. As we see right here, as Chris Gold's going to get a great run on that outside. But yeah, look at Austin Cansdale just able to drive right past him on the inside.
Well, now with Holleran pulling down into the pit lane, this is the battle 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And Hunter Carlson, all the while your leader, 2.7 seconds ahead of this fight. So he is out and gone as it has seemed to be all season.
Yeah, and as we approach coming to 101 laps to go this next time by, and Chris Golden telling everybody get past so I can pit. So it's crazy though. That is very interesting.
He just came down into the lane. Oh, you know what? No, he didn't. that's why he gained so many spots. I didn't even notice it. He's been out for 43 laps, and he came into pit earlier, right at that early caution, and so he had not pitted in a while, and so he does have to come in to get fuel. And you know, they tried to make the strategy work, but it is not going to work out at all. Daniel Jones, after some damage and pitting under green, is 5 laps down. Drew Holleran is 3 laps down. Bradley Young, Chris Golden, both into the lane this time. They're both going 1 and will probably eventually go 3 laps down. So a strategy gone wrong for those 3 cars.
Yeah, and just like that, Scott, we're less than 100 laps to go in this race as we hit 98 this time. But yeah, tough break for Chris Golden. It's going to be a long stop for sure.
Joshua Tressler right there, the meat in a sandwich. Again, the three laps down, so this is not a battle for position. You got to imagine he's got those fresher tires. The 20 might let him go. And look to the inside this time, that 3, but not going to quite pull to the inside. But the 20 and the 29, that is a battle for position. It is the battle for 3rd. And Joshua Tressler, he's up 6 positions from the start of this race. He started back in 10th.
Yeah, Tressler coming off a great run last week, Scott, and he's really building on that momentum. Great run from Iowa, and now having a great run here at Bristol as well.
Trying to keep it on going more than 1/3 of the way through this race. The 3 car been let through. You see the 89 there, Bradley Young. He's 1 lap down. So these drivers again not passing for position. But Joshua Tressler right now, let's look at the lap times between these two. Last lap, Joshua Tressler was 0.2 of a second faster than the 29 of Wayne Cannon. So I wonder if he can get up there and make this pass. And last lap was much slower though because of passing the lap car of the 89.
Yeah, but it looks like we do have a car out as Gerald Berlin has officially called it quits and has pulled it into the garage. So, but yeah, Tressler and Cannon, these two had a great battle last week at Iowa for sure. And it's awesome to see them battling here again as well.
So Gerald Berlin out earlier than he would have liked in this race, and so that will effectively give the 4th spot in the championship standings to the 29 of Wayne Cannon. They were fighting 4 points apart, and with Gerald Berlin out of it, it will most likely relegate Wayne Cannon up into that 4th spot. Berlin should still finish in the top 5. I don't know, it's going to be close with Chris Golden though, so he might just get bumped out of it by Chris Golden or Bradley Young. We'll have to wait and see about that later this evening. But a rough end of the night for the 70 of Gerald Berlin, he had a great season. He really had been running a good season. Had been running his best season as well since the SKs a few series ago. And he would have loved to have topped it off with a great run tonight.
Yeah, definitely. But, looking at this for Chris Golden, it really didn't hurt him that much. I mean, he only lost 1 lap after taking that long pit stop. So, I mean, he can get the wave around if we do get a caution, and Golden can get right back in here and contend for this win for sure.
They're gonna have to find a way. They're gonna have to get lucky because pitting under green probably. I mean, that could have been the end of your night. I mean, Daniel Jones 5 laps down, and you talk about Chris Golden. Well, he's now 5 laps down. I think by that point you're out of it. I don't think there's a way. I think even for the 3 of Drew Holleran, 3 laps down, I just don't know if there's a way because you got Bradley Young and Ricky Barbary 1 lap down in front of you. So if you get 2 cautions, that you won't get back any laps until at least the 3rd caution. So I don't know. I think that strategy really messed up their night, and they just might be out of it. We might have a just 6-car fight for this win. And guess who's one of those 6 cars, Emmett, that is on the lead lap? It's the 8 of Benjamin Hallbaugh.
Wow, that's crazy. Great run from Benjamin, Grubby, as we like to call him at FWM. He's had some tough breaks this season, but great run from Benjamin tonight for sure.
Well, and Benjamin's best finish of the season, it's 2 9th-place finishes. It came at our first race and his most recent race that he ran, 5 flags, and when he ran at Dover, those were both ninth places, so 2 top 10s on the season. And so if he keeps on the lead lap here this evening, he could get a top 6 and maybe possibly even a top 5 if he can pass that number 12 car that is about just under a second in front of him.
Yeah, definitely. For some reason, my ATVO is showing that Chris Golden is only 1 lap down and that Daniel Jones is on the lead lap.
Yeah, I've got Chris Golden 4 laps down now and Daniel Jones 5 laps down now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it.
Well, let's run through your field. Hunter Carlson up towards the lead. He's 2.5 seconds ahead of Austin Cansell, who runs in second. Then it's the 20 of Joshua Tressler, who finally did get past the 29 of Wayne Cannon. That is your top 4. Yogi Schleer rounds out your top 5. Then it's Benjamin Hallball running in 6th. That's the end of your lead lap cars. Then it's the 54 of Ricky Barbary. Bradley Young, that's 2 laps down. Then it's the 3 of Drew Halloran, who makes a pass now, and he's going to move up into 8th. Bradley Young down into the 9th. They're both 3 laps down, as I believe the 89, yes, he has come into the pit lane. So an unscheduled stop, or actually might be a scheduled stop because he's been out there for 38 laps. So I didn't see this strategy coming into play here this evening, Emmett.
Yeah, I didn't either, but it looks like Hunter Carlson, as we see him hitting pit road this time, it looked like he was not happy with the 3 car. Came on the radio, and I couldn't really hear what he said, but did not sound happy at all.
So green flag stops underway. All of your lead lap cars, 43 laps since they last pitted, so you'll imagine you'll see most of the lead lap cars come in to the pits this time. Benjamin Hallball is in, Hunter Carlson is in, Austin Cansell has just come in. So a few cars that are on your lead lap have come in this time. 3 cars still remain out there. That's Tressler, Cannon, and Schleer.
Yeah.
You should see, I think that was the 17 that got the wall there.
And Wayne Cannon's going to take the lead as Joshua Tressler's making his stop now.
So Tressler going to come in as well. So Cannon assumes the lead as of the moment. Yogi Schleer still out on the lead lap. And again, we've got a mixed bag of strategies towards the rear. Bradley Young just came in, and he's 4 laps down. We got Daniel Jones, who came in 28 laps ago. Chris Golden came in 23 laps ago. And Drew Halloran came in 29 laps ago. Everyone else coming in about this time. So I really didn't expect to see this, especially at Bristol, Emmett.
Yeah, and Wayne Cannon also came in just now, but yeah, this is very interesting for sure. Andrew Halloran's going to go back to the lead.
So Halloran going to get back up towards the lead after pitting. This should put him essentially back on the lead lap. And I'm wondering, we got to think about this if we're talking about strategy. How will this work out towards the end? Because with the leaders pitting now, it should put some of those drivers, like we mentioned, back up towards the lead lap. And we might get back to 10 cars on the lead lap. And so, I mean, I guess if you're one of those drivers that might be off cycle, you might be hoping maybe for a caution, or maybe the cars that we just talked about that were all those laps down, maybe they calculated out towards the end. They might have to make
for the
one
lead.
last stop. Battle for the lead is on. Carlson going to go right around Drew Halloran. He is on a significantly fresher set of tires, about 30 laps to be exact. So you see him whip on by the 89, also on fresher tires than the 3. So he was able to lead for a couple more laps, and a couple meaning exactly 2.
Yeah, definitely.
So Hunter Carlson back up towards the lead as they run after the pit stop. Is Carlson, Halloran, Cansell, Tressler, Hollowall, the top 5. And here, 83 laps complete. We're going to take you to a quick side-by-side commercial break, or just a commercial break, and we'll be right back with the rest of the action. But you saw right in front of you a caution. I think it was one of those iRacing pole cautions, but we'll get the restart and then we'll get to talk about some really important real world stuff going on. But you can see it back towards how it was. It's one of the best championship fights that we have had, and sadly we don't think the 33 will be able to get there on points this evening, especially not if Hunter Carlson is leading the race. But it's the 32-33, Carlson and Cansdale up on the front, green flag back in the air, 88 laps complete, on to lap 89. Carlson going to get away with it nice and clean.
Yeah, Carlson got a great restart, Scott, and he was able to get away from Austin Cansdale. But these two have been the class of this Arca series. I mean, it's either been Cansdale or it's been Carlson. But yeah, I mean, for Cansdale, you know, he's got to win, but, you know, a couple wins he lost due to just heartbreaking moments. But yeah, it's just, I just want to say this since we're live on the air. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families affected by these floods in Kerr County, Texas, and over in New Braunfels and all that. Camp Mystic, I believe the death toll is like 80 now or and rising. So definitely feel for all those people affected by the Guadalupe River.
Yeah, it's a really, really tough situation going on, and we're blessed to be able to get to do what we do here on iRacing in real life. And but at the end of the day, there is real world stuff going on, and yeah, we do put those people in our thoughts and prayers as the situation goes on. Felt some of the storm effects, but nowhere near as heavily as all of those people have, and we keep them in our thoughts as we race on here at the last Coliseum, the final night here of the Arca East Series for 4 Wide Motorsports. Again, we'll move on to the SK Modified Series next week. But look at this battle up front for the lead. Carlson, Cansdale, and Holleran all right together.
Yeah, this is the battle right here for sure, and it's been a great show these guys have put on. But as we've gotten down to the nitty gritty, I mean, these three have been the class of the field for sure.
They put on a show for us throughout the first half of this race. We're closing in on the end of the second third of this race, but I think we've still got a lot of action ahead. But you talked about the class of the field. It has been these three, but I think above them all, it really has been the 32 of Hunter Carlson.
Yeah, and I just want to say, Benjamin Hollaball is running in the 5th position. What a run for the Grubby Nation fans out there, you know. Great run for Grubby, and great to see him really showing up and showing out this weekend.
Showing up, showing out. That's all he's needed to do, and he has really stayed in the game here this evening. He stayed on the lead lap. That's put him in 5th because only 5 cars are on the lead lap here tonight, and this is a battle back for one of those positions. It's the 17 versus, well, it's not for battle for position. Daniel Wynfoot Jones is 5 laps down after getting involved in an incident. Let's see who is actually in battle here. I believe the 54 and Chris Golden, yes, they are in a battle. They are both 1 lap down.
Yeah, battling for the lucky dog, possibly. If we get a caution, I mean, this could be, you know, put one of them back on the lead lap, but we see how Andrew Hollerman was able just to drive back up there, so that could really be interesting as this race unfolds.
You can hear the beautiful sights and sounds as they echo throughout the grandstands that encircle the concrete half-mile oval here in Bristol, Tennessee. And I've been getting to drive by there a lot recently, and that place is just so beautiful, and it's beautiful on the outside, it's beautiful on the inside, and it just always gives us such great racing. As we talk about that racing, the 3 of Holleran going to give a little bit of the bumper to the 33 of Cansdale's. You're combining all the 3s here at the Coliseum.
Yeah, and also I just want to mention, you know, what about August 2nd? They're going to have the Major League Baseball Association, league, sorry, not association, has said we're going to play a baseball game here at Bristol, and it's going to be between the Cincinnati Reds and our own Yogi Schlier's Atlanta Braves. So that's going to be interesting for sure. Did you see the chest protector for the Cincinnati catcher?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, awesome, man.
Crazy stuff. Well, also, did you see that they are tearing down
yes.
What is it? I think it's the deal in turn 1 and 2. It's not Victory Lane. I don't think it's that area. It's the other one. And I imagine they were already planning on remodeling it, and so they knew it was going to have to go to get some outfield space. But it's going to be cool to see how they prepare and get set up for that, because after they do that on August 2nd, the Cup Series will be back there in September, not 5 weeks later. So I don't know if they're going to quickly get that done, but they're going to have to get it on quick. Holler in here, still battling with the 33 of Cansdale. This is the battle for second, all half a second behind the leader of Hunter Carlson. And with this battle going on right behind him, he is able to just cruise out in front.
Yeah, I just think going back to the sports deal, I just think about back when, what was it, 2012, 2013, when they played the battle for Bristol between Virginia Tech and Tennessee here. So that was really interesting to see a football game in the infield, and they brought in the turf, and it was quite a sight for sure. That was a cool trophy, by the way, too.
Oh, definitely. So the battle rages on here for the second position, and the Halloran really putting up a fight, a good clean fight. I really love to see this battle. You got to imagine the 33 of Cansdale's using up a good bit of tire running that high side, but even while they're running side by side, they are closing in on Carlson. You got to think that Carlson maybe he's just running it easy, because they are all on the same tires. And as I say that, Halloran actually has 10-lap fresher tires, so the battle for this lead is definitely not over. Carlson does not have it wrapped up by any means.
Yes, Cansdale's going to try to shoot to the high side, try to make the pass right here. He's going to try to get her right here. He's going to just be able to just go on by Hunter Carlson. And like you said, Scott, I think Hunter Carlson's just trying to save his tires and not try to get into any calamity for sure.
He's going to whip on by. We will have to have one more pit stop. It will be mandatory in this race. They will not be able to go far enough on fuel to make it towards the end. We've got just over 35 laps left here at Bristol. But a lot of these drivers, they've only got about 6 laps of fuel remaining in their tanks in these Arca cars, so they're going to have to come in here pretty soon. But you saw it there. Cansdale had the lead for just a moment, but he lost it very quickly.
Yeah, and look at Hunter Carlson. He took a page out of Cansdale's book when Cansdale was able to rocket past him on that high side. And Cansdale shot to the inside. That allowed Carlson to go to the outside, and he was able to get that momentum and just clear Cansdale by quite a margin.
I don't think anyone a lap down or less would be able to stretch it on fuel. The closest cars that would be able to make it possibly would be the 54 Ricky Barbary and Drew Halloran. Ricky Barbary's 1 lap down. Drew Halloran, obviously the leader on the lead lap. But he's been out there for 33 laps. The most he can make it is 10 more. I don't think it's going to be possible for them at all. Benjamin Hallball into the pits this time. Yogi Schlier in as well. Hunter Carlson, he's going to come into the pits this time. When does Cansdale make his move? Joshua Tressler pulls his. He pulls in.
Halloran coming in as well, Scott.
So he's going to get on cycle with these leaders. Doesn't want to lose the tire advantage. I like that call. I like that call, knowing that you cannot try to stretch the fuel at all, just going ahead, pitting with the leaders, getting on that same tire strategy, and keep it on rolling. Austin Cansdale pits 1 lap later than the both of them. I'm really interested to see how this pit cycle will cycle out. Who gets down the lane, out of the box, into the box, and off of pit road most efficiently, because that could decide this race.
Yeah, Ricky Barbary, meanwhile, Scott, as we're going to see him take the lead right here, but just a lap ago when he's battling, there it goes again. See, that's what I was talking about. He got up in that wall, and that's going to allow Wayne Cannon to actually get to the inside of him, and they're side-by-side drag racing down the front stretch for the lead.
At this, black flag for Austin Cansdale. I think he's got a speeding penalty. I think he has got a speeding penalty, and that is going to end Austin Cansdale's night. It's going to end his run for a fight. And Wayne Cannon taps the left rear quarter of Barbary, all while battling for the lead. They're going to have to make a pit stop, but they don't care. They're going after it.
Yeah, now hold on, Scott, because I think that was all Barbary, because he's been getting in the wall, and he came down and didn't see Wayne Cannon, and that's what happened there. But yeah, a tough break for Austin Cansdale. Was really hyped up. This being his home track, being a fellow Tennessean or whatever they call him, and yeah, tough break for Austin Cansdale for sure.
We'll take a look back at that contact between Barbary and yeah, you're right. I think the 54 had definitely been coming down off the wall a little bit there, and I think they were just coming together. One was going low, one was coming high off the corner. You're going to make contact and move, trying to work for the same space on the racetrack. And just over 20 laps remaining. Wayne Cannon going to give up the lead here, come into the lane. It'll put Chris Golden in the lead, but it'll be a quick lead for him because he's on pit road as well. And guess who it's going to give the lead back to? That would be Hunter Carlson.
He went from loving Bristol to hating Bristol, but yeah, definitely Hunter Carlson was able to jump Andrew Holleran on strategy. Great call, and possibly could be a championship winning call for sure.
Could be a championship winning call. Again, we got a lot of laps left to go, just over 20. You never know what could happen in those remaining laps. And look at this, through how everything is cycled out. We've got 10 cars. Well, no, I was for some reason I thought everyone was on the lead lap. I don't know how that would have worked, but it's right now, actually, it's only 3 cars on the lead lap.
I was going to say, if you look at my TVO, then you would think everybody's on the lead lap too. I don't know what's going on with this thing.
I looked at the integer instead of the gap.
Yeah, definitely.
Interval? Why am I thinking this is algebra?
I was about to say, bro, you're throwing me back. I haven't done algebra in 10 years.
I just threw myself back.
Yeah, but it's still fresh in your mind, you know.
I haven't taken a math class in 3.5 years. I'm about to be a senior in college, and I'm a broadcast major. We don't do math anymore. The most basic math I do is adding up fuel strategy, points, and fuel. That's all I do.
Now,
That's the only math I do.
Will we hear your voice when it comes time for the Mississippi State Bulldogs when the season starts?
Maybe on the radio. Maybe some radio action.
Okay.
We'll have to see. I want to take my last year as a student to enjoy the student experience because you know me. I want to broadcast racing. I love football, I love baseball, but racing is my place. Racing is my place I want to be. But Drew Holleran, talking about places that he wants to be. He wants to be up into the lead. He's only in second, but he's closing it down. He's closed it down from a second now to just over half a second. He's trying to run down Carlson in the late stages of this race.
Yeah, and looking at this scheme, I guess the Stage Break podcast, rocking the purple in the Stage Break podcast scheme. So be a huge win for the Stage Break podcast, I guess. Get their viewers boosted up. But, I mean, it's not as good as the B-Main podcast, which you can find.
Hey, appreciate you. Hey, episode out tomorrow at 8 a.m. We're going to talk about
here.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about some NASCAR stuff. We're going to talk about the Fun Road Harley-Davidson 200 that happened just over a week ago that I got to call, and a ton more stuff. And it's always great. It's always fun. Go listen to your local podcast about all your local racing. And we got some local racing action for you here from Bristol with the 4Wide Motorsports Championship night from Bristol in the Arca East Series. Carlson continues to work through lap traffic, but it has slowed him down slowly but surely. Now Drew Holleran just under 0.3 of a second back. I think he's faster.
I think he's faster too. Looking at this, he's really been able to catch up to him, and he maneuvered lap traffic a lot better than Carlson. And I'm telling you, Scott, Drew Holleran is not afraid to use that chrome horn.
Well, and Carlson knows it.
Yeah, he does, because he had it happen to him.
Carlson knows it for sure. Was still able to pick up that win, but Holleran, he's going to look to the inside this time. 32. Carlson going to have to go up high, and you saw it, a big send there from the 3. Ships it down into 1 and 2. Not able to rotate it through, loses some time through the center. So I have to wind it back up, gear it back up to go on the attack. He's going to make contact. He's going to give him the bumper, but Carlson going to remain strong, remain sturdy. He's still up towards the lead, but Holleran, he's going to charge on back.
Yeah, Holleran coming all the way back, and he gets a great run right here. He's going to try to shoot to the high side, but he's going, he decided not to do it at the last moment right there, Scott.
Oh, that 3, and no, he's going to use the bumper like you said. He is going to get aggressive.
There he goes.
5 laps to go. Looks to the inside. Carlson cuts him off just a little bit. He was peeking to the inside. He slammed the door. There's more lap traffic right in front of Carlson, and they're too wide right in front. This could be something that decides the lead. It could decide the win here from Bristol on championship night. How will they manage this traffic?
Yeah, how will they manage
down.
it? Yeah, Tressler was able to get out of the way, but here comes Holleran.
Oh! Huge send from way far back for the 3. He's going to get into him again right here through 1 and 2, but the lap car is going to slow them both down here. That's Daniel Jones. He keeps it up to the high side. All the while, Carlson running it down low, trying to hold off, trying to defend. He's able to carry it off. 2 more laps remain. This is not over. The fight is not yet done. Benjamin Hallball, another lap car. He's going to get right in the way, and there we go. The 3 is going to make contact with him all the while towards the white flag. Will take the white flag. Hunter Carlson, the championship leader. He's won 4 times this season. He looks to wrap it up here this evening. Put it in a bow. Sheathe the sword. The 3 going to try to make contact. Going to try to send him around, but he cannot be denied. Hunter Carlson, the champion of the Arca East Series for 4 Wide Motorsports. He sheathes his sword. 62% win rate. Crown him a 2-time champion here on the iRacing side of FWM.
Yeah, he told Holleran right there, he said, hey, boy, this is my league. This is my show. And he told him, you're going to have to throw the haymaker, but I'm going to throw the haymaker back. Great defensive driving from Carlson to know it was coming and be able to shut it down for sure. Great job by Hunter Carlson. Great championship win.
Wow. I mean, I cannot believe he held it together. That was a really, really far ship. Oh, my goodness. I could not believe it. I mean, I didn't think that the 3 was going to make that move. I did not think I knew he was going to be close, but I did not think he was going to make that move. And wow. I mean, but what a way. What a way to put a bow on it. 62.5% win rate. He won 5 out of 8 races.
Yeah, great job from Hunter Carlson. And we're heading back to the SKs. And then also, Scott, we've got the Gen 4 running on Thursdays. So that's going to be interesting for sure. For sure, too.
Gen 4 is running on Thursdays. Oh, with FWM?
Yes, it's going to be
I thought they were running on Fridays.
Friday, sorry, excuse me. I got confused.
Okay, when does that start?
It starts. Trucks are Thursday, excuse me. My bad, Scott.
Well, look, me and some of my buddies, we might have to hop in and race that.
It's going to be the 2003 schedule.
There we go.
2003 point system, no stage breaks, all or nothing, great racing. And
well, I'll have to do some looking and announcements for myself because that sounds pretty darn fun.
Broadcast pending on if we're going to broadcast it. But we probably will.
Well, all the while, I mean, what an end to this race. What an exhilarating finish between Carlson and Holleran. And look, 2 cars finished on the lead lap, and it was the 2 cars battling for the win. Everyone else was 1 lap down or more.
Yeah, wow. I mean, those 2. And I told you, I said, you were saying you didn't know if Drew was going to pull off that move. I told you, Drew Holleran, that dude, he's aggressive. He gets after it. There's a reason why he's got number 3 for sure on the side of that car.
It was a far ship.
Yeah,
and,
it was.
Let's get you through our unofficial results here on the evening. Hunter Carlson takes it away with the win and the championship. Drew Holleran rounds it up in second, and it's Joshua Tressler rounding out the podium. A great drive for him this evening. Ricky Barbary up and down through the field. He finishes in fourth. Benjamin Hallbaugh gets a top 5, his first top 5 of the season, his third top 10.
Yeah, great run from Benjamin Hollenball for sure.
Back there, sixth, Wayne Cannon, Austin Cansdale in seventh after that speeding penalty. Bradley Young back there in eighth. And it looks like we round out the field with Yogi Schleer, Daniel Mindfood Jones in 10th, Chris Golden, Gerald Berlin rounding out your field of 12. Golden also had a speeding penalty up towards the end there. But, I mean, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get Carlson down in here. I mean, Hunter, we got a lot to talk to you about. Let's start with those last few laps. I mean, your rear bumper was getting hammered there by Holleran, and I just want to know how. I mean, you were unfazed.
Definitely has not been my not my first rodeo with having to race a little defensive at the end, and knowing how stuck to the ground these cars are and how tight the setup was. I knew if I just went in a little early, got into the corner a little earlier, he was able to get into my bumper, I'd already be pretty much straight with the wheel, and it actually kind of gave me a run off the corner and just try to hit my marks. And I knew that he wasn't the best up high, and he wanted to watch him throughout the whole race. He pretty much ran the bottom, so I knew if I held the bottom, the only way he'd be able to do is try to either wreck me or move me out of the way. I mean, I gave him a lane up top. I don't know why he never took it, but oh no, it worked out, I guess.
Damn it.
Oh man, dude. Talk about, I mean, we got so much to talk about. Talk about how you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. You know, me and you talked about Holleran's aggressiveness, but you were able to throw the counter after he threw the haymaker left, right. Great job, dude. Congrats on the championship for sure.
Thank you. It was tough. Sucks that Landon couldn't be here, truthfully. I feel like him and I would have had a really tough battle, especially if he didn't miss the race earlier in the season. I think it would have came down to this race for sure. And Austin, too, a hell of a season out there, and I wish it was closer between us too as well, but these guys pushed me harder than I've been pushed in a long time and forced me to run more practice laps, and it truly paid off this season with some of the performances I had.
It has been really impressive. I mean, you, Cansdale, y'all always bring it, and we love to see all those drivers out there pushing y'all. It's been great to see all the drivers that have improved ever since we started at the first SK season. We'll go back to the SK soon, but next week. But you are the first two-time champion for 4Wide Motorsports on the iRacing side. How does that feel? 62% win rate in this series in the Arca car.
Oh man, it means a lot. It's been a huge confidence boost coming in here in the middle of the run like I do, because so many leagues I run in are far. I don't get to run nearly as good as I do. I get these cars really fit my driving style, and been able to do that and come in here and kind of show some of these newer faces the ropes. It means a lot. I'm always open to help people out and give them tips, tricks, how to get faster. And because I want this league to be faster, I want it to be the best league we can possibly make it. And we're getting better every week, like you said. And this race even proved that Bristol's not an easy track, especially with these cars and this setup being as tight as it was. And we felt like it did pretty good. I mean, I'd really say it was truly 2 normal cautions. I don't know what that third caution was for, obviously. And no, it's a real honor to be a 2-time champ with FWM on iRacing, because I've been around a while and I feel like I'm appreciated around here.
Well, we'll have those SKs running next week. And how do you feel? I mean, that was where you got your first championship. How do you make that run for a third?
Actually, I'm jumping out of the car seat for the season. I'm jumping into the race control booth, and I'll be doing live race control for the next season and then giving someone else a shot for a championship.
Whoa. There you go. That's some news. I never noticed, but you've got my podcast on your hood. I never noticed that, man.
For sure, I wanted to give you and your co-host some big shout outs. Your podcast is
Yes.
amazing.
You listen.
I do.
I never knew that. We're recording right after this, man. We always record after the shows on Monday night. Well, it's going to be awesome to get to see you in race control, and we always get to see you love running off track and on track. We hope maybe you'll run in Thursday or Friday, even if we're broadcasting it or not. But it's just been really awesome to get to see what you can do out here in these cars in the short track leagues that we do, man.
For sure, I'll be around here and there on Thursdays, and I plan on running the full schedule on Fridays whenever we get a actual date for the start date.
Well,
for it.
I know I'll be
week.
running some of those.
Oh
I'll be
yeah,
racing.
they're my favorite car on the service, and
Dude,
I run them twice a week right now, and
they're
let's
so
do
good.
it.
I bet. Well, I'll see you there for sure, if nothing else. Hunter Carlson, a two-time champion now in the 4Wide Motorsports iRacing League. So we'll pull next. Who do we got next? Who finished second? I can't even remember now. Oh, it was Holleran. Let's get Drew down in here. And Drew, I mean, you were absolutely going after Hunter there, man. What more did you need? Because you were knocking it down.
Well, you don't come all the way to Bristol to finish second. I'll tell you that right now. But nah, he's been good all season. I've been watching him. I've been sitting on the couch because the potatoes up at iRacing like to throw people out of the service for contact. So you'll have that for you. But yeah, I was doing everything I could there, and you gotta do what you gotta do to win these things. Ain't fun sometimes, but that's how it goes. So just thankful to be back out here racing again, and got to shout out my friends over at the Stage Break podcast. They've been waiting a long time to see a win, and they're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer. So hang in there, Jace, Noah, just hang in there, guys. It'll come. But we were close. I thought I threw it away when I stayed out and everybody else went in, but then that caution came out and it put me back in the fight. So that got me excited again, and ended up short.
I was just about to ask you what the Stage Break podcast was, because I was going to ask you if that was your podcast or your friends, but you answered my question. So yeah, there's that. But great run from you tonight, and that was a good little shootout y'all had between you and Hunter for sure.
Absolutely, it was, and I don't know. I gave him the bumper, but I guess his car has as much weight as a tank because it didn't really do much. So just got to find a way around him next time.
Well, he is a two-time champion for a reason. Drew, it was great to see you run here tonight. I know you ran last week, and I heard that it was a great race, and you're a very aggressive driver, and we love to see guys come and mix it up. Will you be running in the SKs starting next week in our newest 8-week series?
Sorry to be a Mr. Correction, but I didn't run last week. I ran Nashville. I came.
Oh, excuse me. My apologies.
You're fine. You're fine. And you can thank Nim Cross for that, for me sitting out for 4 weeks. But yeah, I'm planning on it. I think those things are fun. I don't have much experience in those, but I better get some if I want to catch these guys. So I'll get right on that.
Gotcha, man. Well, look, anyone you'd like to thank tonight before we let you go, because it was a beautiful run tonight.
Besides Stage Break, got to thank Victory Fuel and a couple others out there. My internet router for staying on. It's been kicking me off lately, and my dog for being quiet, and everybody watching. I know I had a few friends I sent it to watching, and anybody else that has access to the link was hopefully watching. And if you were, I hope I put on a good show despite it not being a win. So we'll go on. Thanks y'all for hosting, and thank you, Wayne.
Absolutely. Drew Holleran finishing second here tonight after a beautiful, awesome battle for the lead. And we'll pull Joshua Tressler in here, our third place driver on the evening. And Joshua, it was a quiet night for you, but man, you for some drivers needed a quiet night, and you come home to finish third, man.
It's about time for a quiet night.
Sometimes that's what you need. What do you think played out in your favor here this evening? Was it the strategy? Was it the way the cautions fell? Was it just staying out of stuff? What put you in this position to get your first podium of the season?
A little bit of everything, and a couple of them, they got a little bit mixed up with the pit road. And biggest thing was staying out of trouble.
Emmett?
So you had a great run at Iowa last week, and you come here to Bristol and have another great run. How do you carry on this momentum as we go? First off, are you running the SKs?
I plan to.
So how do you build on that momentum?
As long as life don't get in the way, I'm hoping to.
Well, we hope to see you there, but you'll definitely be coming off some great momentum for that series for sure.
Hoping to carry on what I have been doing, try to stay out of everybody's way, and gotta just stay out of trouble.
So Joshua Tressler, third place on the evening. Anyone you'd like to thank tonight, Joshua?
Well, I could probably thank my family. I got one, actually, she's on vacation. She's actually down in Orlando. And my wife just had mouth surgery today, so thankfully she let me get on here and do it. And biggest thing.
Yeah, hey, look, we appreciate you being with us. Congratulations on a third place run this evening.
Yep, thank you guys.
Joshua Tressler rounds out the podium, and the podium in the last race of the Arca East Series. What a season it was here in our another 8-week season here for the Arca East Series on 4Wide Motorsports. We'll start the SKs next week. It's going to be a thrilling 8-week series, yet another one. It'll be the first time we're back in a car that we have run before in some of our 8-week series, and we had some guys that love that SK, so some drivers that we haven't seen in a while might be back and ready to run, and a lot of them ready to run for a championship. This has been a great, beautiful night from Bristol. My name is Scott Shive. I'm joined alongside by Emmett Crow. We've got Tracy Brown in production. Congratulations to Hunter Carlson, now a 2-time champion in the 4Wide Motorsports iRacing League and a champion of the Arca East Series. Good night.